Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, Shiv Shankar. Good evening, everyone. So I hope that all of you are doing well. And I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Okay, so first of all, welcome to the session. In last week, we were not able to have session on Thursday and Friday due to health reasons. Okay, but in this week we will have the sessions. Yeah. So the topics which we are going to discuss today, the first one is about this one important topic, that are we getting back the COVID or not? Like the numbers have been rising. There have been a few mortality also with respect to COVID. The numbers have shot up to thousands now. Okay. And so many discussion is going on with respect to this COVID. So from science and tech section, we are going to see about this topic, that what actually is this virus, when it has originated, what has been the different variants, and what have been the vaccines for preventions of it. Okay. At the same time, we will also talk about the concept of immunity. Okay. So this is one thing which we are going to discuss, that is about COVID. Second topic which we are going to discuss, this one is about the GDP numbers. Now, you may have got this one news article that India has become, or India is going to become, the fourth largest economy of the world. So that one news article was there, that India is going to become the fourth largest economy of the world. So that is one concept with respect to economy. We are going to see all the facts and figures with respect to this one. The third one is again related to science plus environment. This is one topic which we can see in science portion also, plus environment also. So that is the third topic, science tech plus environment. That is a mix of topic. Electronics and cooling, that is a mixture of both. Okay. The fourth one which we are having is from the international relations, lessons from Bangladesh. Okay. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss. Now, why I will not take the classes? See, the thing is, in last week on Thursday and Friday, I was suffering from cold and fever. Not COVID for sure. It was not COVID. Okay, but I was suffering from cold and fever, due to which I was not able to speak properly, not able to take the class. Okay, so that is why we could not have class last week on Thursday and Friday. In this week also, due to personal reason, on Thursday and Friday, I will not be able to take the class. Okay, but from next week onwards, that is from 9th of this month, from 9th of June, okay, we will have regular classes as usual. Okay. Last week it was due to health reason. This week I have certain work on Thursday and Friday, due to which I may be out of station, out of Delhi. So that's why on Thursday and Friday it may not be possible for me. But again, from next week onward, from Monday, we will have the regular classes for all 5 days. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Classes will be there. Classes are going to be there. Classes will be there. And sometimes due to one reason or other, there is some unexpected break. Like last day, it was like I have taken one class in the afternoon. It was all set for the class, but then got little bit higher fever and all. So that's why I could not take the classes. Okay. Okay, so let's start. But let us start first with a few questions. Let us first start with a few questions. The first one is with respect to Interpol. It is asking Consider the following statement with respect to Interpol. It is a special agency of United Nations established by UN Security Council. Interpol doesn't have law enforcement powers such as arrest. Silver notice is issued for information about missing person. The question here is asking how many statements given above are correct. That is the question here. So I think you can answer this. All of you can answer this one. In our last session, we have discussed about this one Interpol, the various notices which are issued by it. दोबारा गए? Where? A option, D option. So if we look at this one question, see, the third one is saying silver notice is issued for information about missing person. No, it is not about the missing person. Rather than that, this one is with respect to the tracking of assets of certain criminals. Okay, identifying and tracking assets. Identifying and tracking assets. So that is the silver notice. We have seen this is a new addition. This is a new addition, silver notice. So here, this one is incorrect. Interpol doesn't have any law enforcement power such as arrest. That is correct. See, the simple thing is, this Interpol, it is not there for arresting people or confiscating properties. It is about sharing of intelligence and all. So this second option is correct. It is a special agency of United Nations established by UN Security Council. I have told you specifically about this, that there is no such relation of UNSC or UN with Interpol. Interpol is an intergovernmental organization not established by UN but works sometimes for UN. Okay. So here first one is incorrect, second is correct. So answer is A option, only one. Okay. Second question. If an MP or MLA is expelled from party, his or her membership of legislation is immediately terminated. Second is saying the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution provides for anti-defection law. So here we have this one thing, both statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 explains statement 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, but statement 2 doesn't explain statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. Sujit, I think today sir may not be taking the classes, but perhaps from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, Jeet sir will also take the classes. Okay. So this is question number 2. This is question number 2. Now I want the right answer. D option. Okay. Yes, good. Now this is one good part that you are able to recall it. See, if an MP or MLA is expelled from his party, his or her membership of legislation is immediately terminated. We have seen an article with respect to this only, that expulsion from party is not necessarily meaning that their membership is going to be terminated. So this one statement is wrong. Second is saying the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution provides for anti-defection law. So that one is correct. The statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. Okay. So we have seen this part, that if a person is expelled from party, then it doesn't automatically means that his membership is terminated. In our last session, we have discussed about this one. Okay. Now, coming to the third one question. Consider the following statement regarding dugong. It is a herbivorous marine mammal. It can survive in freshwater ecosystem as well. They have the capability of echolocation to track and trace their prey Their presence signifies healthy seagrass ecosystem. So what will be the correct answer here? Question number 3. Question number 3. This is one good thing, like it has been 3-4 days since we had the class of UN Security Council and then Interpol, and this second one, expulsion. But many of you are giving the correct answer, so that is something quite good. How many of them are correct? That is the question. Okay, third question, option C, option D. D option from Ritu. See, it is a herbivorous marine mammal. That is correct. Can survive in freshwater? No, they cannot survive. That is one special part we have seen, that they cannot survive in fresh. It is exclusively marine mammal. They cannot survive in marine ecosystem. So this one is incorrect. They have the capability of echolocation. Again, not correct. Unlike the dolphins, they have no such capability of echolocation. So this third option is also incorrect. Their presence signifies healthy seagrass ecosystem. So that one is correct. Answer is option number B. Okay. So here it is not option number C, it is option B. Okay. So only 2 will be the correct answer. Okay. Now, so these were the questions on the topic which we have seen last day. Now we are starting with today's topic, and the topic is this one. Have we got back this COVID? Okay, like this COVID situation, it is again becoming one such alarming situation right now across the world, and particularly in India. Now we are seeing that there are thousands of cases in India also. Okay, cases have jumped from like a few hundreds to now a few thousands. There have been a few mortality also. So if we talk about this, you all know that there is a virus called as SARS-CoV-2, which is responsible for this. SARS-CoV-2, severe acute respiratory syndrome. Okay, its full form is severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. Okay, severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. Okay. So that is the full form, SARS-CoV-2, which is responsible for this COVID infection. Okay. So it is belonging to the COVID family, it is belonging to the coronavirus family, and other members include SARS, which has an outbreak in 2003, and MERS, which is a 2012 outbreak. Okay. So there are brothers and sisters of it. One is SARS. This was outbreak in 2003. And then MERS. This has outbreak in 2012. Okay. Middle East respiratory syndrome, severe acute respiratory syndrome. So there were other outbreaks similar to COVID-19 in different part of the world. So in 2013 also this was there, 2012 also it was there, and 2019 also it was there. If we talk about the variants of COVID, if we talk about the variants here, you can see Alpha, which is there in UK, Beta, South Africa, Gamma, Delta, Omicron, and various other subvariants. Okay. So Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and Omicron, they are the names of different variants. How they are created? Okay. How do we get variants? How do we get variants? See, there are so many variants. The question is like, why we are having so many variants? The answer is very much simple. Virus undergoes mutation. virus is undergoing mutation. What is mutation? Mutation is change in genetic structure. Change in genetic structure. Now, this mutation can make the virus either much stronger or weaker. So, there can be two results of it. In the mutation, there can be a stronger virus also, or it can become a weaker virus also. So, both possibilities are there. When a virus is undergoing mutation, when it is undergoing some change, it can either become a very strong, a very capable virus, or it can also become a weaker virus, a less effective one. Okay. So these are the common variants of the same COVID virus. The SARS-CoV virus or SARS coronavirus 2, it has all these variants: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, omicron, and various other. So they are the variants or different. They are the same virus but having a little bit of different genetic makeup. Okay. So that is the variants of COVID. Now we have got a huge number of vaccines, especially for coronavirus. There are different types of vaccines. When this COVID-19 was going on, we have got so many types of vaccine. Some of them were inactivated, some of them were viral vector, mRNA vaccine, and so many others. Even there was a UPSC question on this aspect, that Covaxin and Covishield, are they live attenuated or inactivated vaccine? So let us see this one by one. Okay. We have this one type of vaccine called as inactivated virus. Now try to understand this. Inactivated virus means, suppose there is a coronavirus. It has been isolated. Now it has been changed into a inactivated or weakened virus. Okay. Means it is either dead or inactivated. It will not be causing the infection. It will not cause infection. So that inactivated vaccine or killed virus, which is then injected in the body, and body gives an immune response against that vaccine or against that dead virus or inactive virus. The actual word should be the inactive virus. Okay. So that is one type of vaccine, inactivated, where we have Covaxin, Sinopharm, Sinovac. Okay. Sinovac, Sinopharm, Covaxin, they were example of inactivated vaccine. Second type of vaccine is live attenuated virus. Here the virus is active, but it has become weaker. The virus is active, it can still cause infection, but it is a weakened virus, and the body is able to overcome it. The body is able to provide immune response against this. So this type of virus is called as inactivated vaccine. Sorry, live attenuated virus or live attenuated vaccine. So here we have this one thing, Covivac. So this is under trial. Covivac is a live attenuated vaccine for coronavirus. It is under trial. Then we have viral vector vaccine. Viral vector vaccine. So what is the meaning of this? See, there is one option, you can insert the virus, or second option is you can also insert the protein of the virus in the body. Instead of directly putting the virus in the body, you can just put the protein of the virus. Using that protein also, our body can develop an immune response against the virus. Using that protein also, our body can develop this immune response. Okay. So here what we are having, harmless virus delivering the spike gene. The spike protein or the spike gene is transferred in the body. So example, we have the Covishield, Sputnik 5, Johnson & Johnson. So they are example of viral vector vaccine. A viral vector means another virus will be taken. which will be provided with the spike gene of coronavirus. Now the second virus will be injected in the body and our body will develop an immune response against coronavirus. Okay. So that is viral vector vaccine. Here we have Covishield, Sputnik and Johnson & Johnson. Then we have mRNA vaccine. Here instead of the virus, the mRNA of the virus is used. So here we see that mRNA is giving the instruction to make the spike protein, like Pfizer, Biotech, Moderna vaccine. They are the example of mRNA. Okay. Then we have protein subunit. So spike protein plus adjuvant. So here we have Corbevax, Novavax. Then we have DNA vaccine. Here plasmid DNA, Dicov-do. And intranasal, nasal delivery for mucosal immunity. It is called as Incovac. So nasal vaccine is also being provided. The name is Incovac. Now, UPSC has been very much sentimental about the vaccines after the COVID. They were asking the examples also. So here you have this entire example of all the vaccines which are there for COVID-19. Intranasal also, DNA also, then you have a spike protein also, live attenuated also, viral vector, mRNA and inactive vaccine. So these are the complete list, a bit factual, but again when UPSC is asking about games and all, when UPSC is asking about that, how much is the timeline, 2028 or 2030? So you have to remember this now. Okay. So these are the proteins. I hope it is clear. ऐसा नाम क्यों देते हैं? जब मान लो अगर ऐसा नाम ना दे तो what suggestions you are providing? वैक्सीन वायरस का और क्या नाम रख सकते हैं? Any suggestion from your side? Any suggestion from your side? क्या और नाम रखा जा सकता था? You all can give your suggestion कि क्या क्या नाम रख सकते हैं हम लोग वायरस का. Anything which comes to your mind? Yeah, Bablu W. Okay. Two suggestions are there, Bablu and W. Next time, if any other virus is coming, now you know in India many people are having their name as Bablu and W. Now think about this, how much challenge it will be that you are calling someone as virus. Now in India, generally people are not having name as alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. So no one is going to be offended. But suppose you are keeping the name as Bablu, W and what other name? Tunna, Munna. Now all those people who are having these names, they will get offended. Okay. So that's why we are still going for alpha, beta, gamma, X, Y, Z. Okay. So that is COVID-19. Okay. Now coming to the second topic. The GDP numbers. So, if you are willing to give your name, that okay, next time if a virus is coming, name it after me, then also it's fine. But then you have to take the risk. Everyone in your class and your group will be calling you as a virus. So let it be alpha, beta. Okay. Now, so this one topic is there, and yes, in Greater Noida also, not in Noida, I think in Greater Noida, the places are also named like this: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, pi, omicron. These are the name of places, the different sectors of Greater Noida. They are named like this. Okay. Chalo. So let's start with this one topic. Okay. That name will be famous. Okay, next time I will suggest names like this. Whenever a new virus is coming, Whenever a new virus is coming, I will give them these suggestions. Okay. So let's start with this one topic, the India's GDP ranking. Okay. Look at this image. The upper one here, like there are two parts which you can see. This one is a comparison from 1980. This is a comparison from 1980 to 2030. Okay. So there are certain projections and there are certain realities. Okay. So this is on the basis of this blue color one. This is on the basis of market rate. This is on the basis of market rate of dollar. Market rate of dollar. So on that basis, if you look at India's economy, its size was 13 in 1980. In 1980, India was the 13th largest economy. Then in 1990s, it became like 15th. So Indian economy was not going in a good direction. We see that in 1990s, it has reached 15, 16, 17. So Indian economy was slipping down. But after the 90s reform, you can see it has started to come down. By 2000, it has come to 12th. By 2010, it has come to 9th position. And by 2020, it has come down to 6th position. Now, what we are seeing that 2026, in 2025-26, it is predicted to come down to 4th position. Okay. So that is the market rate GDP. According to market rate GDP, we are going to become the 4th largest economy in 2025-26. Later on, by 2030, it is projected that India is going to surpass Germany also, and we are going to become the 3rd largest economy of the world. By 2030, India is going to become the 3rd largest economy of the world. Okay. So this is one general trend about market rate. There is one thing called as purchasing power parity. There is one thing called as purchasing power parity. Let me explain it a little bit. That what is purchasing power parity? Purchasing power parity. Now see here. In case of market rate, let's say there is one thing called as market rate. Here we let's say $1 is equal to 80 rupees. Let us take for example that $1 is equal to 80 rupees. Okay. So that is market rate. Now here, if we talk about purchasing power parity, let's say there are two persons, Mr. XYZ and Mr. ABC. Okay. One is living in India, one is living in US. So in US, this person is going for haircut, it is going for food, it is going for, let's say, movies and education. Okay. So here, this person is spending, let's say, $30 on food, let us say $50, $30, and let's say $50. Okay. So they are spending this much money. In total, they are spending 30 plus 50, 80 or 80, $160. Okay. Now in the same case, in India, they are spending, let's say, 150 rupees. Okay. Here for food, let us say 300 rupees. Movies, let's say 300 rupees. And education, let's say 1000 rupees. Okay. This person total expenditure, it will come down to like 600 plus 1, 600 plus 750, 1750. Okay. This person's expenditure is 1750 rupees on an average. Now this 1750 rupees, if you convert it, in form of dollar, this will be roughly equal to how much dollar? 20 and plus 150. So you have got like roughly around $22. This is roughly around $22. How much they have spent here? 160. So it is almost 7 times more expensive here. If there is one person, if they are spending this much amount in India, they will get all these facilities. Whereas in US, they have to spend $160. So we are just taking an example that in actual, if you see, $22 in India or 1750 rupees in India is equal to 160. So exchange rate, while market exchange rate is 80 rupees, in actual, if you see, the exchange rate, the PPP exchange rate, it may come like this, that $1 is equal to 11 rupees. In purchasing power terms, $1 may be equal to 11 rupees. So that is the difference. That is the difference. Although here we have taken just random numbers just to explain you. In actual also, what we see that in our country, like the exchange rate in PPP terms is roughly equal to 20 rupees. Okay. $1 roughly equals 20 rupees in purchasing power parity. So that is the difference here. That if you look at the basket of goods which we are purchasing in US and one we are purchasing in India, then you will get the PPP rate of exchange. You will get the PPP rate of exchange that $1 is valued at 11 rupees. So on the basis of this, our GDP is quite high. In general terms, if our GDP is like 4 trillion, so in purchasing power parity, it becomes almost around 15 trillion. That much is the difference in reality. That is the difference in reality. It becomes almost 15 trillion. Okay. So this is one part. Now look at this one thing. In purchasing power parity terms, in 1980, it was at 9th ranking. In 2002, it came at 5th rank, and from 2010, it is on the 3rd rank. So in purchasing power parity, India has been able to maintain the 3rd rank for last 16 years. India is continuously at the 3rd rank from the last 16 years in purchasing power parity. Okay. So while in real market exchange rate, now it may become the 3rd economy. In purchasing power parity, India has been the 3rd largest economy of the world since 2010. So this is one part. I hope it is clear. I am just giving you an example, and it keeps on changing. Raghavendra, see, it keeps on changing from time to time. So this is one part. Now, GDP, if you look from the market rate, the top countries in the world right now, United States, China, Germany, Japan, India. See, in 2024, India is still at rank 5. In 25, India is expected to become 4th number. And in 2030, India is expected to become at the 5th number. Okay. So from 14th rank in 1990 to 3rd rank in 2030. So in the last 40 years, we have come from 14th rank to the 3rd rank. So that is showing this one improvement side of Indian GDP. Okay. Second part, in purchasing power parity, we were on the 8th number in 1990. Now we are at the 3rd number in 2030. Okay. So we have been at the 3rd position since 2009-2010 itself. So we have been there for a very long period of time. Okay. So this is one part. Okay. Now see here, one interesting thing is Russian Federation. If you look at this, in 2000, their rank was 9. Now they are on the 4th rank. They are here on the 4th rank. So Russia has also seen a considerable improvement in terms of purchasing power parity. You can see it is the 4th largest economy of the world. In real market rate, or in the market rate of dollar, you will find that it is not even in the top 10. It is not even in the top 10, but in purchasing power parity, it is on the 4th number right now. First number, of course, we have China. Second number, we have United States. Third number is India. And on 4th number, we have Russia. Okay. So this is one thing. China is at the first number in purchasing power parity. Second number, United States. Okay. So I hope now this is clear that what is the GDP rank of India in terms of purchasing power parity and in terms of the real market rate. Is this clear now? Now, this is one partial figure. There are other things also. When we talk about GDP per capita, what we see here, that in GDP per capita, India has not seen that much of improvement. Say in 2000, India's GDP per capita was $442. That was the per capita income of India. Now it has become 2,878.5. Okay. So that is the per capita income of India. That is the per capita income of India. So we see that it is much more less than what we see in case of Japan. We are saying that we are going to like overcome Japan economy. But see, their per capita income is $33,955. We are not even like 10% of it. We are not even at 10% of their purchasing power. Means, sorry, their per capita income. We are not even 10% of their per capita income. So our per capita income is very low, very, very low. Okay. Second thing you can see, like the different sectors which are there. There is a comparison of different sectors also. In Japan, the agri sector, in Japan, it is only 3%. The share of agriculture in the employment is only 3% in case of Japan. In case of India, now it stands at 43.5%. It stands at 43.5%. So in case of employment, sectors of economy, their like contribution in employment, you can see still agriculture in India, it is contributing to 43.5% of employment. In case of Japan, if we talk about the industry, if we are talking about industry, what we see here in Japan, it contributes, okay, like a little bit lower than 25. Let's say it is 23% approximately, 23.71%. In case of India, it now contributes 25.03%. Now, in case of service sector, what we see that here it contributes, in case of Japan, it is 73.3%. And in case of India, now it is 31.5%. So that is their contribution. That is their contribution in the employment now. That service sector is contributing. Okay. Service sector is contributing 31.5% in terms of employment. In case of Japan, it is 73.3%. Okay. So here what we see that our major contribution to employment is still coming from the agriculture sector. Agriculture sector is the major employer in India even right now. So that is also one of the comparison. The next comparison is about the education and salaried people. Salaried, like how much salaried employee are there. In case of Japan, salaried or wage employee. In case of Japan, it is 90.5%. And in case of India, it is only 23.9%. Okay. So those people who are getting regular salary or those who are having a formal employment, their share is quite low in India. Not even 1/4 of the population is formally employed. It is only 23.9% for India. Okay. It is only 23.9% for India. For Japan, it is 90.5%. Now, what is the benefit of this? Those who are salaried employee, those who are wage employee, they have a security of income. They know that how much money they are going to get. They also have various health coverage, various insurances. But in case of India, the formal employment is quite low. Many of them are just having some informal jobs or self-employment. Okay. The next part is, if we talk about college level education. In case of Japan, okay, when we talk about Japan, it is 64.6%. And in case of India, it is only 32.7%. Okay. So in terms of college education also, our performance is not at par with Japan or other countries of the world. Okay. So that is also one of the major myths. Okay. A major myth is this also, that we don't have the college level education that much higher. We don't even have good number of salaried employees. Okay. There is one more angle, and that is HDI, Human Development Index, and life expectancy. Okay. So when we talk about the Human Development Index, HDI, Human Development Index. So here we see that, like if we talk about India, we are getting like this, this is about not HDI, this is life expectancy. Life expectancy. So in case of India, it is 72. In case of India. And in case of Japan, what we see that 84. Now, just see this one part. There is a very much misconception in India. And what is that misconception? That now people are having lesser life expectancy. There is a misconception that people in India are having lesser life expectancy now. Earlier they were living for 100 years or 120 years. Now people are not surviving for 70 or 80 years. But in actual, if you see, the life expectancy is continuously improving. Life expectancy is not decided by 10% of the population or 5% of the population. A few people may survive for 100 years, 102 years, 105 years. But many more people are dying at a lower age. Although this is improving in India, earlier the life expectancy was somewhere near 60. In the British time, it was as low as like 30-40. Life expectancy in India was like 30 to 40 years during the British time. Later on, it started to improve. Now we have reached to the level of 72 now. But still, as compared to Japan or as compared to other countries of the world, the life expectancy in India is quite on the lower side. So just having like pure ghee or the food items from villages or organic food items are not increasing the life. Okay. Like we have a normal conception that those people who are living in villages, those who are getting the desi ghee and all others, they are surviving for 100 years, 120 years. There may be a few people who are surviving, but then the majority of the people are not surviving. Okay. So life expectancy in India is only 72 years. It is only 72 years. If you compare that with Japan, they may not have the deshi ghee from Haryana, but still their life expectancy is 84 years. Okay. So this is one part. When we talk about the Human Development Index, what we see here, that when we are talking about India, the Human Development Index, here we have the point of 0.685, and for Japan it is 0.925. Okay. So we are just in that middle income, or even you can say lower middle income countries, but Japan is a developed nation. Japan is a developed nation having a very good HDI, Human Development Index. Yeah. So this is one part that we are getting. If we say that GDP is increasing, of course, GDP is like we are saying every year we have becoming more and more like GDP is growing with 6%, 7%, 8%. But if you look at the other factors of it, the college level education, the Human Development Index, the per capita income, the life expectancy, many of these things are nowhere comparable to any of the developed nation. So while India may become the third largest economy, it is not for sure a developed economy. A developed economy means where all the population, where most of the population is on equal footing. There is lesser inequality. There is more social services coverage. So while our GDP is rising, it is not actually in these terms. Okay. So I hope this part is clear. The GDP numbers, the GDP figures. That is also one thing which we have seen. Okay. Just to give you one more comparison, just see this part. India's per capita GDP in 2024, it was believed to be 2711. Okay. If you look at Sri Lanka, their per capita income is $4,325. So Sri Lanka's per capita income is much more bigger, is much larger than that of India. Okay. If we talk about Bhutan, their per capita income is 3,913. So India may be a rich economy. But when it comes to our people, when it comes to the citizens of it, it is nowhere comparable to the other countries of the world. India may be a very rich, a very powerful economy. But if you look at the individual level, if you come down to the individual level, the citizens of India, they are not as rich. Okay. And the second part is, even this one is not showing the correct figure. The per capita income of 2711. Okay. This roughly translates, just multiply it by 80. How much it will be there? Let's say it is $2,700, multiply it by 80. Okay. So how much we will get? $2,16,000. Per capita income of India is 2,16,000 on an average. Now, 2,16,000 means that a person should have near about 18,000 rupees as monthly salary. Okay. Approximately 18,000 rupees or 19,000 rupees let's say 19,000 rupees as the monthly salary, or 18,000. Okay. 18,000 rupees as monthly salary. In many of the companies in India, people are being employed for rupees 10,000, 8,000, 6,000, 12,000. In many of the companies across India, this is the salary of the people, monthly salary of the people. So while we are saying that we are having a rich economy, we are the third largest economy of India, just visit any such consultation company in India which is providing jobs in IT sectors or other sectors. You will find that while they show packages in crores, when you actually go to the ground, the initial salary starts from somewhere near 13,000, 14,000 rupees. And think about the farmers in the rural areas. Think about the farmers in rural areas. Even if they are getting 500 rupees per day, even if they are getting 500 rupees per day, their monthly income will be 15,000. And that is for one person. Now consider this one part. A farmer is there or a labor is there. They are getting, let's say, rupees 500 per day. In that case, their monthly income will be 15,000 rupees. But this is not the per capita income of that person. If that farmer is having 2 children, 1 wife, okay, so total 4 people. Generally, you will find that in India, there is one earning member. Rest of them are dependent population. So in that situation, divide this 15,000 by 4. That is the per capita income at rural level. That roughly comes to 3,500 rupees. Okay. So when you look at this, while our purchasing power, if we look at the per capita income of India, the figure says that per member, they are getting like 18,000 rupees per month. So this farmer should have got, in that case, this farmer should have got 72,000 rupees per month. That should have been 72,000 rupees per month. Do you think that a farmer family in India, average farmer family having 4 members, are they getting 72,000 rupees per month? They are hardly getting 20,000 rupees or 25,000 rupees per month. So that one figure and the reality on the ground is very different. Okay. Your salary is 38K, so you are above that per capita income. If your salary is 38K, then you are above that per capita income. Okay. So you will be considered as a rich person in India, because your per capita income is more than the national per capita income. So you generally read that figure, no, that 10% of the people of India are having the most of the wealth of India. So you are in that 10%. Okay. Now, so this is the GDP number. Now coming to the third important topic. Coming to this one part, the third topic, the electronics and cooling. I hope this GDP number and everything is clear. How to increase per capita income? Let me ask this question from you. Now, this will be one task for you, all of you. How much rich? Say, this will be one question for all of you, that how we can increase the per capita income of India. And the per capita income in actual sense, not just the GDP numbers. Not just like, even if a few people are getting rich, then also per capita income is going to increase. The question should not be how we have to increase the per capita. The question is this: how we have to ensure the equitable distribution of this per capita income. Okay. So this is one question: how to increase purchasing power parity. Purchasing power parity can be increased just by like if we increase the, like say, not increasing the money with the people, if we control the inflation, if we make it much more affordable for the people, then also purchasing power parity will increase. Okay. If we make the things affordable, then also it will become better. No, Sunny, unfortunately, due to multiple reasons, I could not go. Okay. Now, coming to this one part, electronics and cooling. So this is one topic. You know that nowadays we have enormous increase in the electronic sector. We have huge number of data centers, we have huge number of servers, cloud computing and all. So they all require cooling system. They all require cooling system. Like when you are using your laptop, when you are using your mobile phones also, they also become heated after a period of time. Now think about all those servers from where you are getting this data. Like suppose right now you are all watching these classes. Every one of you is watching these classes online. So this data is being streamed from the studio to cloud network. From there, it is coming back to your system. Now this data is being stored. Right now, this data is being stored in a server, in some of the server which are located in different part of the world. In storing this data, in processing this data, many such systems will be running. Many such things are going to be many such things are going to be added per minute, per second. Now those machines which are storing these data, those machines which are processing these data, they also become heated. They also become heated like your mobile phones, like your laptops, and they require cooling solutions. Okay. So they require all these cooling solutions. So what we see that the data servers, they become heated during data storage and processing, and they also require cooling solution, or they also require this cooling. Now this cooling requires that much energy as the AC system. Like in our offices, in our schools, in different areas, we are installing the air conditioners. They are also using huge amount of energy. If you see the bill of AC and all, you will find that they are quite costly. In the same manner, these data servers which are storing the data, they also require that cooling solution. They also have to pay hefty money. They also have to pay hefty money for cooling these servers. At the same time, the greenhouse gas emission due to energy consumption, by ICT sector, information and communication technology sector, it is roughly, there is no exact figure, but it is believed that it is between 1.5% to 4%. This much of global emission is coming from just cooling down the electronic systems. This much of energy is required. This much of emission is caused due to the power consumption or due to the cooling solution of these sectors. So what method is used, like what we are using there, what things are being used there? See, there is one thing called as cold plate cooling. there is one thing called as cold plate cooling. And here, these plates are installed in those data servers. These plates are installed. These plates are having a liquid. 25% of that liquid is polyethylene glycol and 75% is water. Okay. So, 25% polyethylene glycol and 75% water. It is running in these pipes. You can see there are pipes here. There are pipes here which are passing like this. Okay. So these pipes are passing here and it contains these liquids. So these liquids are absorbing the excess heat from these chips. Okay. So they are here to these liquids which are there. These liquids which are there, they are absorbing the heat. They are absorbing the heat and removing it from the system. They are absorbing the heat and removing it from the system. Okay. So that is one thing which we see in case of cold plate cooling. So this is one of the method. There is another method which is like this, immersion cooling. So here the entire system is immersed in a liquid. The entire system is immersed in a liquid. Okay. So here we see that immersion of servers in liquid. And what liquid is there? It is mineral oil hydrocarbons, synthetic fluorocarbons and silicon fluids. Okay. So it is not like simply they are putting the laptop and everything in water. Okay. They are not like this. What we see that mineral oil hydrocarbons, synthetic fluorocarbons and silicon fluids, they are being used as the liquid which is absorbing the heat from these systems. Okay. They are absorbing the heat from these systems to make them cooler. These are the requirements of the cooling system. Requirements of the ICT system. I remember one such incident. Okay, I remember one such incident. One of my niece is there. Sorry, nephew is there, and once he was playing with mobile phone. Then after playing with mobile phone, after some time, I think 30-45 minutes, he felt that the mobile has become quite heated. Okay. So he was using the mobile phone, and when he saw that mobile got quite heated, so what he did, he ran to the washroom and put the mobile in a bucket full of water. Okay. So normally you know that water is something which can remove the heat from these gadgets. Okay. But it's not advisable to keep your mobile phones in bucket of water. So what he did, he simply ran to the washroom, told no one. He simply put the mobile over there and came back and sat in his room for some time. When someone went to washroom, they saw that mobile phone in the bucket of water, that it was kept there for cooling. Of course, mobile was destroyed after that. It didn't work. Okay. So that is one thing which we have seen in actual also, that children can do it. Many people do this thing. Many people have done this thing if they are thinking that it is too heated or others, especially the children, they have put it in bucket of water or others. Okay. So in case of the ICT system, they cannot do the same thing. So they are having this liquid for cooling or cold plate cooling. Okay. These are the two methods of cooling down the system in ICT sector. Okay. So generally you may get a question on this part. Generally you may get a question on this part, that what is used for cooling of the data servers and all. Okay. This is also one of the news which was there. Okay. Now coming to the last topic. आप लोगों के साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है? Good. Like children can do anything. They can do anything like this. जब भी मोबाइल गर्म हो, पानी में डाल दो. Okay. then what will you say to them? Like they have done it out of just innocence. Okay. Now here we have this one thing, lessons from Bangladesh. See the 3 news articles. There is one of this news article that Bangladesh has got their banknotes without the portrait of Mujibur Rahman. Mujibur Rahman was one of the person who was instrumental in the liberation of Bangladesh from Pakistan. Okay. So now they have got currency notes without the pictures of Mujibur Rahman. Okay. See the second news article. Now there is a party, Jamaat-e-Islami, which was banned from contesting elections for a very long period of time, for more than 1 decade. At that time, the High Court and the Supreme Court has said that yes, first it was banned by the government, and then even the High Court and Supreme Court of that time, it has like upholded that decision. It has said that yes, it will remain banned. Now what we see that now the government has changed, and this ban which was there, it has been reviewed again by the Supreme Court of Bangladesh. This ban has been lifted. Okay. That is the second news. See the third news. There is a tribunal, not a court. There is a tribunal which has said that like it has indicted Sheikh Hasina, and it has asked her to be present for 16th June proceedings. Okay. So we see that there is a ex-Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and now she is facing the same challenge as we see in case of President or Prime Minister of Pakistan. You know that in case of Pakistan also we have the same challenge. If a person is in the position of Prime Minister, they can have all the facilities. After they are resigning from the post of Prime Minister, either they have to flee their country, or they have to go to jail, or the worst thing is they might be killed also. Okay. So that is one lesson which we can take from our nearby countries, what not to do. Okay. In Bangladesh, what was the challenge? Initially, we have seen that when Sheikh Hasina was there in the government, while it was arranged like a democratic setup, the entire control was with Sheikh Hasina. At that time, the High Court and the Supreme Court, they were also being influenced by the Sheikh Hasina government. So there was control of the government over the judiciary also. There was control of the government over the Election Commission of Bangladesh also. There was control of government in each and every sphere. There was no opposition. There was full sort of control of any such democratic process or any such opposition which was there. It was dealt with harsh measures. Now what we see that the erstwhile government, it has been evicted. That party has been banned, which was in the ruling government. Now we have seen that instead of going towards the democratic method, Bangladesh is still resorting to the same old method, that now the second party has come in power, so they are doing the same mistakes as was done by the previous government. They are committing the same mistakes which was done by the previous government. So they are not aimed at reforming the process, rather they are also doing the same thing, taking revenge from each other and making policies only suitable for themselves, not for the country. See, Bangladesh was getting very good economic development in the recent last 10 to 15 years. They were getting good economic development, but now they are going in a different direction altogether. So there is one more lesson from here. No matter whether development is happening at a very fast rate or a normal rate, it should happen in a democratic manner. Bangladesh was having good development, but at what cost? Okay. So there is one thing. if there is a contestant between development and democracy, if we talk about this, then democracy must prevail over development. What we see that there must be independence of judiciary, there must be independence of election commission. Third thing we see that government should be run by institutions. Democratic, not person. Okay. Government should be run by the institution, the democratic institutions, not a person. No matter how good a person is or how bad a person is, the institution should prevail over the person. Even if a person is there, he is very very good, very honest, very hardworking, very intelligent, then also the government should be run by the democratic institutions, not by the person. Okay. So that is also one lesson which we can take from here. The independence of judiciary, election commission, and other institutions. The another part which we see that a government should never be on basis of one group religion or section. It must have diversity. A slow pace of development, is much more better. A slow pace of development in a democracy is much more better than what we have as exponential rate of growth in autocracy. Because in autocracy, it is development for a few. In a democracy, it is development for all of the people. So that is the lessons from Bangladesh which we can get from here. Okay. So I hope that is clear. I hope this part is clear. Yes, so that will be all for today. Okay. And tomorrow we will meet again to discuss the remaining topics. Yes, Jeet sir will not be taking classes today. Rohit, Shanvika and others. Jeet sir will not be taking classes today. Maybe from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, he will start. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care and let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Then we will discuss the remaining things. Okay. Any question, any doubt? I have got that one question for you. Like that is one task for you. That is one task for you. How we can like increase the per capita income of India. Second part, how we can make sure that there is actual distribution of the per capita income among the citizens of India, or how we can ensure, in other words, how we can ensure equitable development, a development for everyone. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay. Let's meet tomorrow and then we will discuss the remaining topics. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. I have a question whether batch of 2000. Yes, Megha, we are starting from, like I have told you in the last class also, that from I think 10th of this month, 10th of June in the morning, we will have classes. So we will have 2 classes of the previous Adhyan batch from this 10th of June. Okay. Kaveri engine. Okay, Kalvari engine, the Kaveri engine. Okay, I will see that and then I will update you. Okay. So thank you so much everyone. Let's meet tomorrow and then we will discuss. Okay. Thank you.